Yes, friends. Now open your books on page number 75, World Heritage. A World Heritage Site is a site determined by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, to have significant cultural or natural importance to humanity. As such, the sites are protected and maintained by the International World Heritage Program, which is administered by the UNESCO World Heritage Committee. Because World Heritage Sites are places that are significant culturally and naturally. They vary in type and include forests, lakes, monuments, buildings, and sites. The World Heritage Sites can also be a combination of both cultural and natural areas. For example, Mount Hongshan in China is a site with significance of human culture because it played a role in his historical Chinese art and literature. The mountain is also significant because of its physical landscape characteristics. History of World Heritage Sites. Although the idea of protecting cultural and natural heritage sites around the world began in early 20th century, monument for its actual creation was not until the 1950s. In 1954, Egypt started plans to build the Aswan High Dam to collect and control water from the Nile River. The initial plan for the dam's construction would have flooded the valley containing Abu Simbel temples and scores of ancient Egyptian artifacts. To protect the temples and artifacts, UNESCO launched an international campaign in 1959 that called for the dismantling and movement of the temples to higher ground. The project cost an estimated 80 million US dollars, 40 million of which came from 50 different countries. Because of the project's success, UNESCO and the International Council on Monument and Sites initiated a draft convention to create an international organization responsible for protecting cultural heritage. Shortly thereafter, in 1965, a White House conference in the United States called a World Heritage Trust to protect historic and cultural sites, but to also protect the world's significant natural and scenic sites. Finally, in 1968, the International Union of Conservation of Nature developed similar goals and presented them at the United Nations Conference on Human Environment in Stockholm, Sweden in 1972. Following the presentation of these goals, the Convention concerning the protection of the world cultural and natural heritage was adopted by UNESCO's General Conference on November 16, 1972. World Heritage Committee. Today, the World Heritage Committee is the main group responsible for establishing which sites will be listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The committee meets once a year and consists of representatives from 21 state parties that are elected for 6 years terms by the World Heritage Center's General Assembly. The state parties are then responsible for identifying and nominating new sites within their territory to be considered for inclusion on the World Heritage List. Yes, some words we'll go through. Some new words are there. First is the long form of UNESCO. UNESCO, that is United UN means United Nations. United Nations. E for educational. S scientific. and cultural organization. O for organization. Yes. UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. You are the students of civics and you know long form of UNESCO, and at the same time what are the different branches. But we have to consider only about the World Heritage. So we have to consider the same. Significant, new word. Significant. Yes. Significant महत्वाचे. Humanity. Humanity, yes. Human being, collectively, that is humanity. That is humanity. Heritage. Heritage, it is given in the book. Heritage. Heritage. Heritage means that which is valued because of historical, natural and cultural importance, to which in Marathi we call it as Varsa. Yes, India has a rich heritage of its ancestry, that is heritage. Yes. Significant means of importance, महत्वाचे. Yes. Characteristic, that is also given in the book. Characteristic means distinguishing feature or qualities. Distinguishing features, that is in Marathi we call it as वैशिष्ट्ये. That is वैशिष्ट्ये in Marathi. Momentum, it is a word from the physics. Momentum, laws of momentum, Newton's second law. You have learned this. But here, momentum is force or the speed of movement. Force or speed of movement. M-O-V-E-M-E-N-T, movement. Not M-O-M-E-N-T. Momentum. M-O-M-E-N-T. And M-O-V-E-M-E-N-T, movement. Momentum. Then scores of, or the first is artifact. Artifacts. Artifact means, it is given in the book. Artifact means any object made by the human being. Made by the human being. Yes. In Marathi it will be Kalakruti. That is artifacts. Then scores of again it is given in the book, that is plenty of, many, scores of. Ancient means prachin, very very old. Dismantling, again the word is given there. Dismantling means disassembling. Opposite of assembling is, assembling means to collect, to make. Disassembling, that is dismantling, pulling down, to destroy. Monuments, means buildings, statues, the places or the artifacts made by the human being and which are kept as the rich heritage of that country, and that is called as monuments, smarak. Initiated means initial velocity, you may have seen in physics. Initial means starting. That is, initiated means began, started. It is also given in the book. Convention. Convention, it is the way or the way by which something is usually done. Something is usually done. It is called as convention. Or it is convention, or we can see it as an agreement to fix the rules in the particular way, or the protocol. All these words are here for the convention. I think the new words are over here. Now again, I would like to explain this. Yes, page number 75. World Heritage. These are some new words. The long form of UNESCO is very important, and you have learned it in the civics, or in the history even, or in the geography even. It come across while learning all these subjects, not only in English here. Yes, long form of UNESCO we have seen. It is said that as such the sites are protected and maintained by the International World Heritage Program. It is the program of UNESCO. It is administered by the UNESCO. And it has a heritage committee. And these sites are places that are significant, means very important culturally and naturally. It is very important to know what are the sites which are considered under the World Heritage, which are listed under World Heritage. They are having their importance, significant culturally and naturally, both. And they vary in type. And what do they include? They include the forests, lakes, monuments, buildings, etc., etc. World Heritage sites can be a combination of cultural and natural both. And one example is given that in China, the Mount Hongshan, it has the human culture. It is related with the human culture because it played a role in the historical Chinese art and the literature. Art and in the Chinese art and literature. And the mountain is also significant naturally because of physical landscape. It has the physical landscape as its characteristic. So, this mountain of China has the importance culturally at the same time naturally, means both. Means whenever we consider the World Heritage sites, they have their cultural importance, its natural importance, or both cultural and natural importance. Now, history of World Heritage sites. How does this World Heritage and World Heritage sites are considered, or the way of constructing this type of the institutions? What was the reason? The idea was protecting cultural and natural heritage sites around the world, and it began in the early 20th century. Momentum means the fast movement for its actual creation of this institution or association of the UNESCO was not until 1950s, but in 1954. Now see, 1954. What happened? In 1954, Egypt, what happened? Started plans to build the Aswan High Dam. You know the Aswan Dam, being students of geography, to collect and control the water of River Nile. And initial plan for dams construction would have been flooded the valley containing the Abu Simbel temple and the scores of ancient Egyptian artifacts. Means the culture of the Egyptian would have been doomed inside the water, would have been destroyed even under the water. And so, to protect the temples and artifacts, UNESCO launched an international campaign. Who launched? UNESCO. In 1959. In 1959. Launched the international campaign. International campaign. UNESCO launched the international campaign. And that campaign called for the dismantling and movement of the temple. The temples were moved to the higher ground. The project cost an estimated $80 million. Out of that, UNESCO collected $40 million from the 50 different countries in the world. Because of the project success, 50% came from the outside country, some UNESCO and Egypt. And it was the great success of that project. UNESCO and the International Council of Monuments and Sites initiated the draft convention to create an international organization which could have been responsible for protecting cultural heritage. And this improved the status of that institution of the UNESCO because of the campaign which was successful of moving the temples at the higher level in the Egyptian cultures. Shortly thereafter, in 1965, a White House conference in the United States called for the World Heritage Trust. World Heritage Trust at White House. Yes. World Heritage Trust to protect the historical and cultural sites, but to also protect and world significant natural and scenic sites. So, the trust was formed in 1965. Finally, in 1968, the International Union of Conservation of Nature developed the similar goals and presented them at the United Nations Conference on Human Environment in Stockholm, 1968. Finally, in 1968, it was decided in World Heritage Trust was formed in White House, but after that, in Stockholm. In Sweden. In Sweden. Yes. In 1972. In 1972. Following the presentation of these goals, the Convention concerning the protection of the world cultural and natural heritage was adopted by UNESCO, the General Conference on November 1672. 16 November 1972. It was adopted. By UNESCO. These are some years which has the history of the formation of World Heritage Trust. Now, how does it work? The first is World Heritage Committee. The World Heritage Committee is the main group which is responsible for establishing which sites will be listed as UNESCO World Heritage Site. Which is the first that committee will establish the sites. The committee meets once a year. How it works? Committee works. Once a year they meet, and it consists of representatives from the 21 states or nations. and they are elected for 6 years terms. 6 years is the limit, and the state parties are then responsible for identifying and nominating new sites within their territory, within the territory of their country or the continent, and they are responsible for listing and nominating the new sites within their territory to be considered for the inclusion on the World Heritage List. Yes, thank you friends.